Hello and welcome to Wellness Wednesday with Maple Tree Cancer Alliance. Whether you're newly diagnosed, undergoing treatment, or in recovery, this conversation is for you. I'm Evan, an exercise oncology instructor, and today's conversation is on positive self talk and motivation. The information in this video is for educational purposes only, and it's important to consult with your medical team for more in depth guidance and advice. As always, following our conversation today, stick around for some gentle movement. To begin our conversation today, I think it's important to start by defining self talk and motivation. Starting here with self talk, it can be seen as the way that we talk to, think about, and see ourselves. Essentially, it's the internal dialogue that takes place as we go about our day. This dialogue can be both positive and negative. Relating it specifically to exercise and physical activity, an example of positive self talk would be telling yourself, I am strong enough for this, while an example of negative self talk would be telling yourself, I am too weak for this. Looking deeper, we can further define self talk to be either motivational or instructional. Examples of motivational self talk include encouraging thoughts such as, I've got this and I can do this, while examples of instructional self talk relate much more to cues and reminders such as, remember to breathe, and other similar mental checklists. While we're talking specifically about self talk as it relates to exercise, it's important to note that the concept of self talk extends much further than simply while we're active. Most of us experience a constant internal dialogue all day long, and that positive or negative way that we talk to ourselves can have a very significant impact on various aspects of life. Looking now at motivation, we can define it as the force that helps us maintain goal oriented behaviors. Motivation can be either intrinsic or extrinsic depending on its source. An example of intrinsic motivation would be, I'm going to exercise every day because I love working out. In this scenario, you're not focused on any goals or outcomes. You simply just want to work out every day because you enjoy the activity of exercise. An example of extrinsic motivation would be, I'm going to exercise every day because I want to look better. In this example, you're much more focused on the outcome rather than the action of exercise itself. While intrinsic motivation is often the stronger and more lasting of the two, it's important to note that extrinsic motivation is not always a bad thing. Having goals and desired outcomes is important, so both types should be seen as important elements in the cycle of achieving your goals. Now that we've defined self talk and motivation, it brings us to the big question: how much of an impact do they really have on our exercise and physical activity? Well, one study published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research found significant improvements in various functional fitness tests when utilizing positive and motivational self talk. So they could actually provide quite the boost when utilized in the moment during exercise. Looking more at the overall big picture of habit forming, positive self talk and motivation play a massive role in the creation of a positive and encouraging environment. The more you build up this encouraging environment, the easier it is to stick with your exercise habits and goals. Even outside of exercise, being more positive and motivated can have an immense impact on your quality of life, mood, and overall happiness. With this in mind, positive self talk and motivation are very important not only in exercise, but also in everyday life as well. Now that we've defined positive self talk and motivation, as well as talked about the impact that they can have on exercise as well as everyday life, it's time to look at some strategies for utilizing them both. We'll start with positive self talk. And one of the most important tips for maintaining a positive internal dialogue is to stay mindful of negative thoughts as they appear. It's not necessarily about eliminating all negative thoughts, as that would be impossible and even in some cases detrimental, but it's more about reframing some of those negative thought patterns. For example, let's say you're new to exercise and many of the movements are very challenging for you. Whether you fatigue at 7 reps instead of 10, or you can't hold your balance for long enough, instead of looking at it negatively, you can gently remind yourself that you're not failing, you're learning. Looking more at instructional self talk, another helpful tip is to use cue words and checklists when exercising. This is something that I do a lot in my own training, especially when doing a more involved movement like any variations of the squat. With these movements, I always run through a mental checklist of things like feet shoulder width apart, keep the heels down, keep the back straight, and the spine neutral. This helps me maintain good form and properly complete the exercise, and it could be a good strategy for any movements that you struggle with as well. Lastly, my final tip is to use positive motivational self talk in and out of exercise. As I said before, this is a concept that extends much further than just exercise itself. Using these tools in and out of your workouts is going to help you create a positive and encouraging environment that will have a lasting effect on your overall life. Looking now at some tips for finding lasting motivation, we'll start by briefly discussing SMART goals. SMART in this case is an acronym standing for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time oriented. Essentially, this is a way to structure your goals to make them much more concrete, manageable, and attainable. For example, instead of saying, I'm going to work out more often, we can restructure this phrase into a SMART goal to say, for the next 3 months, I'm going to walk on my treadmill at a speed of 3 miles per hour in an incline of 2 for 20 minutes, 3 days per week. This is all about fleshing out and further defining your goals, which in turn makes you more likely to stay motivated and achieve them. There's lots of information out there on this concept of SMART goals, so if you're interested at all in some ways to beef up your goals, I encourage you to do a quick Google search on SMART goals. You'll find lots of helpful resources. Looking now at some more tips for finding lasting motivation, another one is to find a convenient method to track your progress. There's lots of ways to do this, whether it's through pen and paper or through an app on your phone, but what's most important is to make sure that it's convenient for you. When you're consistent with logging your activity, looking back on how far you've come can be an immense motivator to continue striving for your goals. In my opinion, one of the most important tips when it comes to motivation is to establish a strong and well rounded support system. It can be hard to constantly push yourself and motivate yourself, and that's where those around us can come in to give us that extra push on the days that we need it. Share your goals with friends and family and tell them to keep you accountable. Look into online groups or forums of other people striving for similar goals. And finally, talk to your trainer about your goals. We're always here to help motivate and encourage. Finally, always celebrate your wins. No matter how big or small, you should always reward yourself when you reach any goals or milestones. Achieving goals is like a cycle, and establishing a reward system is what builds the motivation to set you on the path towards setting another goal to start striving for. The last thing I'd like to touch on today are some common barriers that can pop up and dull your motivation, as well as how to overcome those barriers. We'll start by looking at low motivation days, which are natural and happen to everyone. On these days, remind yourself that it's natural to not always have the same drive and motivation, and that sometimes just showing up and doing what you can is a big step in the direction of your goal. Next up, we can all be critical of ourselves at times. When this starts to become a habit or you begin to doubt yourself, take a moment to reflect back on your progress so far. Whether you've come a long way since you started working at your goals or you just started yesterday, you've already taken big leaps in terms of progress and can continue to do so. Finally, do your best not to compare yourself to others. Getting caught up in the trap of comparison can dull your motivation and slow your progress, so try to remember that everyone's journey is different and that no one gets there overnight. Thank you for joining our conversation on self-talk and motivation today. I hope the information has brought you clarity, comfort, and encouragement. Your health and well-being always matter most, so keep taking care of yourself and holding on to hope. Thank you for tuning in. Now, let's transition into some gentle movement. Today's routine is a sample from our Mapletree On Demand library available on the Mapletree Cancer Alliance app. Subscribe monthly or yearly to access safe, empowering exercise videos for every stage of the cancer journey. Ready to join? Click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen.
My name is Allie, your exercise oncology instructor with Mapletree Cancer Alliance. Welcome to week 3 of the Moderate Intensity Strength Training Program. This week, we will be adding in some focus on single leg strength practice. You'll need a stable chair and a pair of lightweight dumbbells. The following exercises are meant to be pain-free. If you experience any pain from these movements, please skip the movement and stay in your pain-free range of motion. Let's get started. We'll begin with our warm-up today. So the first exercise we're gonna do is our heel cord stretch. So one foot goes in the front, other foot goes in the back, and you just want your back heel flat to the floor, and you're just gonna lean into that front leg. Standing straight still, you wanna feel this stretch in your back hamstring and your back calf. So we'll just stay here, leaning on that front leg, and then come up. And we'll do that one more time. So just lean into that front leg, back still straight. You're not rounding your shoulders, leaning forward. You're straight up. just bending on that leg. And then we'll come up and we'll do the other side. So same thing, remember your back foot is flat to the floor and just lean into that front foot. Feel that stretch in your back calf and then come up. And we'll go into that one more time. Good, and then come up. Next, we'll stretch out our quads, so you can just lift your foot up behind you. Feel the stretch right in here. And then go to the other one. Hold it for just a second, and we'll just go back and forth a few times. Lifting that foot up towards your butt. One more each side. Good. Stretch our hamstrings, so we're gonna put our feet heel to toe, and then just roll down towards your front foot. If you need to put a chair or like a countertop in front of you and just go there, that's totally fine. But if you can, roll it all the way down to your foot and just hold it here for a second. And then roll up nice and slow. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So your other foot comes in the front, your heel to toe, and then just roll it down to wherever you're comfortable. Again, you can use a chair, you can stop at your knee, your thigh, whatever you're comfortable with. This is also a little bit of a balance challenge with your feet heel to toe like this. So when you're ready, roll it up. And then we're just gonna do some high lunge holds. So again, that foot in front. This time, your back foot, you can have your heel up off the ground. We're not gonna go all the way into a lunge, but just slightly bent. We're just gonna hold it here for a while. If you wanna do some lowering, you can do about 5 of those. But if you're not ready for that today, we can just hold it at the top. Just gonna keep holding, warming up our legs, getting our heart rates up, so that when we do get into the resistance part, our bodies are ready to go. We'll stay here for just a little bit longer. Remember, you can start lowering if you want to. And then we'll switch to the other side. So other leg in the front. Remember, your back foot, your heel can come off the floor this time. And we'll just go down just slightly. Only thing with lunges, you just want to make sure your front knee isn't going over your toes. So however wide you need to make your stance to make that happen is good. And you can lower it for 5 if you want. Or you can just hold whatever you want to do today. Just hold it a little bit longer. This might start getting a little shaky, but that's okay. Good. And then when you're ready, you can come out of that. Now we'll move into the resistance part of our exercise. So we are doing a lot of things focusing on single leg today. So if you need to hold onto a chair at any point or a counter, whatever you have available, feel free. You can always hold on for half and then let go once you're ready. Totally up to you today. We're going to start with our legs. We're going to start with some reverse lunges. So feet are together. Whichever side you want to start with, you're just going to go back as low as you can go and then come up. And we're going to alternate. We're going to do 10 each side, 20 total. Remember, you can hold on if you need it. This is number 4. Just make sure that front knee isn't tracking over your toes. And just back and forth. This is number 7. And number 8. 9. Slow and controlled. 10. That's halfway. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15, 16, we just got 2 more each side. Again, making sure that knee's not going over your front toes. And just as low as you can go is perfect. We just got 1 more, and come up and take a break. If you're up for a challenge today, you can grab your dumbbells and you can just hold them at your side while you do your lunges. but body weight is totally good too. So when you're ready, we'll do that all over again. Whichever side you want to start on, we're doing 20 total, 10 each side. This is number 3, 4, 5, 6, slow and controlled. You're holding on if you need it. And we're to number 9 and 10. Keep on going, that's halfway. 13, 14, 15. If you tried the weights and it's getting tough, you can always drop them. No big deal. Body weight for these is totally fine. One more each side. And this is number 20. Good job. Shake those legs out. We just got one more set of those. Whenever you're ready, we'll go back into them. So this is working pretty much our legs as a whole. Our quads, our glutes, balance because we're working on one side. Number 4, 5, 6, 7. Definitely should be feeling the burn by now because I know I am. This is number 10, so you're halfway through our last set. 12, 13, 14. Reverse lunges are also a little bit easier on your knee than going forward. So if you feel like you have knee problems, these are the best lunges you can do. This is 19, and this is 20. Good job. Take a break. And when you're ready, we're gonna go into side lunges. So again, holding onto your chair if you feel like you need it. Our legs are just gonna be a little wider than shoulder width. And we're just gonna alternate sides. So as low as you feel comfortable, just back and forth. And we got 20 of these total, so 10 each side again. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's halfway. 11, 12, 13, 14. Your hands are just wherever you feel comfortable. If you need to hold on. 16, or you can have them right here, behind your head, whatever you like. One more each way. And that's 20. Good job. Take a break. We'll just do 2 more sets of that. 2 more sets of 20. So when you're ready, remember your feet just a little wider than shoulder width apart. And you're just gonna go down, whichever side you wanna start on. And we got 10 each side for 20 total. 4, 5, 6, hands are wherever you feel comfortable, 7, and just make sure when you're going down, the top half of you is still straight up. You're not leaning forward or rounding your shoulders. 11, 12, you're already halfway through. 13, 14, 15, and that's 16, so just 2 more each way. 17, 18, 19, and 1 more for 20. Good job. Just 1 more set of that. Grab a drink if you need it. And when you're ready, we'll do it one last time. So feet a little wider than shoulder width, whichever way you want to start. Hold on if you need it. You can hold on for half the time and then let go. If you wanted to challenge yourself and use weights, you could hold them right in the middle, but body weight is totally cool. This is number 7, 8. This is working our adductors right in here, also your glutes. This is number 12 right here. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, almost there for our last set, 18, 19, and 20. Good job. You made it. Take a deep breath. Remember to keep breathing through all these exercises. And we're going to give our legs a break. We're going to go into shoulder presses next. So grab a drink. And when you're ready, grab your lightweight dumbbells. You can do these standing or seated if you're ready to sit down. You can do these either way. So we're going to do shoulder presses. We're going to alternate. So one arm at a time. So 1, 2, and then just back and forth. Same thing, 10 each side for 20 total. This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's halfway right there. 11, 12, 13, 14. Remember, you're not locking your elbows at the top. You're almost straight, just not locking them. This is number 18, just one more each way. 19 and 20. Good job. You can drop those weights, take a break. And we got 2 more rounds of that. When you're ready, remember if you need to sit down, you can totally do these seated in your chair. All right, and we'll do it all over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, you're not locking your elbows. We're going slow and controlled. Working our shoulders. This is number 10, halfway there. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, almost there. 17, 18, 19, one more, and that's 20. Good job. Take a break. We'll just do that one more time. If it starts feeling really difficult with the weights, you can always drop the weights and just do the movements. As long as it's not hurting, it's better to do it without the weights than not at all. All right, so when you're ready, one more set of those, whichever side you want to start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, keep going. 9, remember this is our last set of these. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, almost there. 16, just 2 more each side. Now it's only 1 more. 19 and 20. Good job. Take a break. You can set those weights down for a second. We're still working on our upper body for the next one. So when you're ready, take your weights. We're going to do reverse flies. This is going to work the top of your back. So you got 1 weight in each hand. Just bend over slightly. You can have a slight bend in your knees. Your back straight, just bent over. You're going to start with your weights right in front of you. Your elbows can also have a bend in them. And you're just going to lift it up to the side. And then come back down. About shoulder height is perfect. So just lift it up. Feel that squeeze in your shoulder blades. And then come back down. We're going to do 3 sets of 10 of these. So get set up where you're comfortable, slightly bent over. Knees have a slight bend, elbows have a slight bend, but your back is straight. And we got 10. These are reverse flies. This is number 3. When you're at the top, just make sure you squeeze those shoulder blades. And remember, we're going slow and controlled. We're not swinging our weights up. Make sure we're lifting and not using our momentum. Number 8, we're almost there for this first set. 9, and that's number 10. Good job. Take a break. And we've got 2 more sets of that. So when you're ready, get back in position. Slight bend in your knees, slight bend in your elbows. Working the top of our backs. Number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Almost there for the second set. Make sure you're feeling that squeeze in your shoulders. 9 and 10. Good job. Those are feeling really good today. We just got 1 more set of those. And then we'll give our arms and our shoulders a little break. So whenever you're ready, get your drink, pet your dog, and then once you're ready, we just got 1 more set of these. So bring it up, squeeze your shoulder blades. We got number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost there for our last set, just 2 more. 9 and 10. Good job. Drop those weights. Grab your chair if you need something to hold on to. We're going to do some single leg calf raises. So you might need your chair for balance, at least to get set up. You can always let go if you feel like you don't need it. But you're just going to pick a foot to start on, and then just come up on those toes, and then come back down. Remember, you're not swinging, you're lifting, so slow and controlled. We're just going to do 10 on one leg and then switch to the other. So whichever side you want to start, we got 10. Up on your toes, so that's 2. 3, remember you're not rolling backwards. You're just going flat-footed and then lifting back up. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. Switch to the other side. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Remember, slow and controlled. 8, 9, and 10. Good job. Shake those legs out. We're just going to do 1 more set of that, so only 2 sets of these. You can hold on 1 hand. You can put your chair in front of you and hold on 2 hands, whatever you feel like you need today. And starting on that same side we started on last time, we got 10 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost there on this side. 8, remember this is our last set. 9, just 1 more, and 10. Good job. And now the other foot when you're ready. 1, remember slow and controlled. 2, you're not rolling, you're flat foot, and then you're coming up on your toes. Number 5, so we're already halfway there. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great job. Now you can take your chair, we'll sit down, give yourself a little break. And we're going to do some hip abductions. We've done these before. So just remember to sit on the edge of your chair. Your legs are about shoulder width apart. Your feet are going to stay flat the whole time. And we're just going to bring your knees out to the side and then bring it back. We're going to do 20 of these, 2 sets. So when you're ready, out to the side, bring it back. That's 1, 2, keep your feet as flat as possible so that we're moving our hips and not our whole leg. This number is 6, keep going. 7, slow and controlled. 8, 9, 10, halfway there. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Keep going. 16, 17, 18, 19, and one more, and that's 20. Good job. Take a little break. You can stretch your feet out. We're just going to do that one more time. So remember, legs are about shoulder width. Feet are staying as flat as possible. You're sitting up real straight and out to the side and bring it back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is working our hip mobility. It's really good, especially as you get older. Also helps your balance. Just got one more, or 10, that's 10, so we're halfway. 11, almost psyched you out. 12, 13, 14, keep going. 15, remember your feet are staying as flat as you can get them. 16, 17, 18, 19, and one more, and that's 20. Good job. I'm going to stand you back up. We're just going to do some balance practice to finish us off. So you can have your chair next to you. If you need to hold on with 2 hands, feel free. Or you can start with 1 and then let go. Whatever you feel comfortable with today, but we're just going to bring that, we're just going to go on one leg, just like we did with the calf raises. So just wherever your opposite foot is comfortable, bring it off the ground. Try letting go, and we're just working on our balance. I always find a spot on the floor, and that helps keep me balanced. You can do arms in front of you, arms to the ceiling for a little challenge, back down. With your foot that's raised, you can bring it in front of you, bring it behind you, and bring it up for a little figure 4. And then take it back down, and now we'll do the other side. So get set up. And once you're comfortable, if you are comfortable letting go today, you can. Find your spot on the floor. Just try a little arms movements, whatever you like. You can try some circles if you're feeling real crazy. You can go foot in front of you, out to the side, back. And if you want to hold on this whole time, remember that's okay. We're just working on your balance. Let's do each side one more time. So bring the other foot up. Whatever you feel like doing, moving your arms, moving your legs. If you just want to stay right here, that's totally fine. I'm going to take it back, forward. Bring it up in a 4. Whatever you like to do in this time. And then take it back down. Other leg one more time. Get set up, get comfortable. Let go if you feel like you can. If you want to hold on, that's totally fine. We're just working on our balance. Whatever you feel like doing during this time, just make sure you're on one leg. Good. And then you can drop that. And we'll move into our cool down. So we'll stay standing. We're just going to start with some shoulder rolls. So just rolling them out. We'll do a couple forward. And then when you're ready, switch to backwards. Big rolls for these. Rolling your shoulders out after those presses. And let's do our neck. So let's just go side to side with our neck. Slow and controlled. Just side to side. Let's do one more each way. Good. And then you can bring your ear to your shoulder. You can bring your opposite arm up and just kind of pull it. Not too hard, but just to really feel the stretch in this side of your neck. And we'll hold this. And then when you're ready, we'll go the other way. So ear to your shoulder and come up and just pull it just a little bit. You want this to be a little uncomfortable, a little stretched out, but it should not be painful. So wherever that is for you is perfect. Hold this for just another second and come up. And next we're gonna do some side stretches, but with a little added flavor. So whichever side you wanna start with, bring that arm to your opposite leg. Whatever arm's free, bring that one up and just bend it to the side. Really feel that stretch right in here. And then when you're ready, we'll go the other way. So other arm goes to your other leg, your free arm comes up, and you're bending over. Hold this for just a second, and come up. Let's do that one more time each side, so whichever side you started on. Arm goes across you, up and over. Just a really good oblique stretch. Also kind of stretching the shoulder that's across you. And then we'll go the other way. Good. And we'll just do some butterfly chest stretches. So just take your arms out to the side, back as far as they can go, and just push your chest out. You can put your hands behind your head if you like that, or just out to the side. Just pushing your chest forward, squeezing your shoulder blades. Shake that out. We'll do that one more time, wherever you like your hands. Back behind you, chest just pushes out. You can have your hands behind your head, whatever you like. Out to the side, and then let that go. And then we'll sit down for some cat-cows. We've done these a few times, so sit on the edge of your chair. Remember, you're just gonna round your shoulders, tuck your neck in, around your back, and then we're gonna go the opposite way. So arch your back, your head goes towards the ceiling. We're just really stretching our low back right now. And then we'll just alternate. So go back tucked in. And then when you're ready, opposite way, look towards the ceiling. And then arch. We'll do this 2 more times. And up to the ceiling. Let's do one more. Arch or round your back. Really tuck it in for this last one, and then go the other way. And then relax. You've now made it through week 3 of our moderate intensity strength training. I will see you next week for week 4.